Ever sold a revolver and felt that punch-in-the-gut regret the moment the guy walked off with it? Yeah, been there. You think it's just a wheel gun. Until the market explodes, collectors start whispering your gun's name like legend, and you're left kicking yourself every time you open that empty slot in the safe. Today, we're breaking down 10 revolvers you should absolutely never sell. Not in 2025, not ever. These aren't just classics. They're investment-grade, heirloom status, badge of honor kind of wheel guns. From the indestructible Ruger Redhawk in 357 Magnum to the hand-fitted perfection of a vintage Colt Python, this list will either make you proud or make you sick with seller's remorse. So before you clean out that safe for something newer, hit subscribe, lock in, and let's get into it. This is Firearms Zone, where we don't flip guns for trends. We hold on to legends. Number 10. Ruger Redhawk 357 Magnum. Ever held a revolver so heavy you knew it could double as a hammer? That's the Ruger Redhawk. When Ruger dropped this beast in 1979, they weren't playing games. This wasn't some delicate safe queen designed to look pretty in a display case. This was built for the real world, where guns take abuse and keep running no matter what. The Redhawk weighed in at nearly 3 pounds unloaded, making it heavier than most hunting rifles. But that weight wasn't a bug. It was the whole point. Every ounce soaked up recoil, tamed the nastiest Magnum loads you could feed it, and promised decades of bomb-proof service. Back in the day, law enforcement agencies were desperate for a revolver that could handle hot 357 loads without the timing issues that wrecked other guns. Ruger answered with the Red Hawk, a revolver so overbuilt it made everything else look fragile. Pros: virtually indestructible cylinder and frame design. You can literally hammer nails with this thing. Accepts ultra-heavy 357 Magnum loads that would destroy lesser revolvers. Field stripping without tools, just like a proper Ruger should be. Grip frame fits every hand size with solid reach and control. Resale value holds incredibly strong. Often sells for more than retail. Cons: weight makes it a beast to carry all day. This isn't your pocket gun. Trigger pull can be heavy, especially for smaller hands. Limited holster options due to its chunky profile. Not exactly quick on the draw compared to lighter carry pieces. Takes time behind the trigger to shoot it accurately due to sheer mass. Market prices. Current market prices range from $650 to $850 for used models, with new stainless versions hitting $900 to $1,000. But here's the thing. These prices keep climbing, and they're not coming back down. Number 9. Taurus Model 66 357 Magnum. You ever meet someone who's been underestimated their whole life, but then proves everybody wrong? That's the Taurus 66. While gun snobs were turning their noses up at anything not made in America, this Brazilian-built revolver was quietly outperforming guns, costing twice as much. Released in the early 1980s, the 66 was Taurus's answer to the American Magnum market. And instead of copying existing designs, they actually improved on them. Full-length underbarrel ejector rod housings when others had exposed rods. Transfer bar safety systems when others were still using hammer blocks. This wasn't some cheap knockoff. This was innovation disguised as a budget option. The 66 featured a beefed-up frame specifically designed for Magnum loads, unlike some manufacturers who just bored out existing 38 frames and hoped for the best. Pros: full underlugged barrel provides superior balance and heat dissipation. Transfer bar safety system prevents accidental discharge even with loaded chambers. Forged steel frame and cylinder built specifically for Magnum pressures. Lifetime warranty that Taurus actually honors on these older models. Smooth trigger action straight from the factory. No gunsmith needed. Cons. Brazilian manufacturer still carries unfair stigma among some collectors. Parts availability can be challenging for older models. Finish quality varies between production runs. Timing can go soft with extensive dry firing. Market value hasn't appreciated as much as name-brand competitors. Market prices. Current market prices range from $400 to $600 for good condition examples, with premium variants hitting $650 to $700. These are sleepers in the market. Undervalued now, but that won't last forever. Number 8. Wesson Model 15, 357 Magnum. Ever shot a revolver so accurate you questioned whether you deserved it? That's the Wesson 15. Now, this isn't your typical revolver story. The Wesson Company didn't just build guns, they built a cult following. Started in 1968 by the great-grandson of Daniel Baird Wesson himself. This Massachusetts outfit had one goal: make the most accurate production revolver ever. The Model 15 launched in 1971, and from day one, it wasn't like anything else on the market. Interchangeable barrels. Revolutionary shrouds you could swap without tools. Genius. A trigger that broke like glass. Standard equipment. What made the Model 15 special wasn't just the modular design, it was the obsession with precision. Every revolver was hand-fitted, head-spaced to perfection, and tested before leaving the factory. Pros. Interchangeable barrel system allows multiple configurations in one frame. Hand-fitted precision gives near-custom accuracy from the factory. Barrel nut system eliminates barrel-to-frame play completely. Transfer bar safety with incredibly crisp trigger pull. Pencil barrels with shrouds provide excellent balance and heat dissipation. Cons. Complexity of the barrel system intimidates some buyers. Original Wesson Company went through financial troubles. Special tools required for barrel changes, though they're included. Harder to find holsters due to unique shroud system. Market hasn't fully recognized their true value yet. Market prices. Current market prices range from $600 to $900 for standard configurations, with rare barrel combinations commanding $1,000 to $1,200. Number 7. Colt Detective Special 38 Special. You ever wonder what confidence looks like in steel? That's the Colt Detective Special. This compact powerhouse hit the scene in 1927 and immediately owned the concealed carry market for the next 60 years. While other companies were trying to copy Smith and Wesson's designs, Colt was busy creating their own legend. The Detective Special wasn't just a snub nose, it was the snub nose. From Prohibition-era cops to private investigators, if you needed a discreet backup that could still do business, you reached for a Detective Special. The genius of the Detective Special was its perfect size. Colt took their proven police-positive action and shrunk the barrel to 2 inches, without losing any of the reliability. Pros. Perfect concealment size without sacrificing reliability. Classic Colt lockwork provides smooth operation. All steel construction absorbs recoil better than lightweight alternatives. Proven track record spanning nearly a century of service. Early models command serious collector interest. Cons. Only 5-shot capacity on early models or 6-shot on later versions. Heavy trigger pull in double action can challenge new shooters. Parts availability diminished after Colt discontinued production. Sight radius limits long-range accuracy potential. Premium prices for good condition examples. Market prices. Current market prices range from $800 to $1,500 for common variants, with first-generation models commanding $1,800 to $2,500. Number 6. Charter Arms Bulldog 44 Special. You ever pick up a revolver and instantly know it's not messing around? That's the Charter Arms Bulldog. Dropped in 1973, this chunky little powerhouse proved that size isn't everything. It's what you do with it. While everyone else was obsessing over 38 Specials and 357 Magnums, Charter Arms asked a simple question. What if we crammed a 44 Special into the smallest package possible? The result was a revolver so distinctive it became a movie star, literally. Dirty Harry might have carried a Python, but Travis Bickle in Taxi Driver made the Bulldog famous. The Bulldog wasn't trying to win beauty contests. With its snub nose, wide cylinder, and chunky grip frame, it looked like a cartoon revolver brought to life. Pros: devastating 44 Special power in a surprisingly compact package. Unique appearance makes it instantly recognizable. American-made construction with quality control improvements over time. Lighter than comparable 44 Magnum revolvers. Strong aftermarket support for grips and accessories. Cons: only 5-shot capacity limits firepower. Heavy recoil can be punishing for extended shooting sessions. Short sight radius limits precision at distance. Cylinder gap blast can affect follow-up shots, not as refined as higher-priced competitors. Market prices. Current market prices range from $400 to $650 for standard models, with special editions and early production examples hitting $700 to $900. Number 5. Colt Trooper 357 Magnum. You ever shoot a revolver and immediately understand what all the fuss was about? That's the Colt Trooper. Released in 1953, this wasn't just another Magnum. It was Colt's answer to Smith and Wesson's Model 27. Back then, the 357 Magnum was still considered exotic, expensive, and exclusive. Then the Trooper showed up, delivering the same power in a revolver that working-class shooters could actually afford. Colt didn't just copy the competition, they refined it. The Trooper featured Colt's iconic lockwork, a well-balanced frame, and, most importantly, the kind of long-term reliability that earned it a place in the holsters of law enforcement throughout the 60s and 70s. Pros: proven law enforcement track record spanning decades. Superior balance compared to competitors of the era. Strong secondary market, with steady appreciation potential. Robust construction handles extended Magnum shooting. Classic Colt action with smooth operation straight from the factory. Cons: later models suffered from Colt's quality control issues. Limited production makes finding good examples challenging. Sight adjustments can be finicky on early models. Parts availability has become increasingly difficult. Market hasn't fully recognized their historical significance yet. Market prices. Current market prices range from $850 to $1,400 for good condition examples, with early production models commanding $1,600 to $2,000. Number 4. Smith and Wesson Model 28 Highway Patrolman. You ever held a revolver that felt like it was built for serious work? That's the Smith and Wesson Highway Patrolman, introduced in 1954. This wasn't some polished showpiece meant to impress behind glass at the gun store. This was Smith and Wesson's no-nonsense response to law enforcement agencies demanding 357 Magnum performance, without paying Python prices. The Highway Patrolman was, in essence, a Model 27, with the cosmetic extras stripped away. Same frame, same accuracy, just without the mirror polish and gold accents. And truthfully, it was better for it. Pros: N-frame strength handles unlimited Magnum shooting without loosening. Fixed sights eliminate the most common failure point in service revolvers. Utilitarian finish resists wear better than polished alternatives. Proven track record with generations of law enforcement. Smooth double-action trigger that improves with use. Cons: fixed sights limit precision shooting potential. Utilitarian appearance lacks the prestige of fancier models. Heavier than comparable K-frame revolvers. Limited barrel length options compared to adjustable sight models. Market sometimes overlooks them in favor of flashier alternatives. Market prices. Current market prices range from $600 to $900 for standard models, with rare variations and excellent examples hitting $1,000 to $1,200. Number 3. Ruger Blackhawk 45 Colt. The Blackhawk did something incredible. It made single-action revolvers relevant again. This wasn't some replica for costume parties. This was built with modern metallurgy, heat treatment, and manufacturing precision that made Colt SAAs look like antique toys. The 45 Colt version especially captured hearts because it brought the classic cowboy round into the 20th century. You could load it with mild target rounds or push it with Magnum-level hand loads that would make a Colt cry. The Blackhawk just absorbed it all with that signature Ruger toughness. Cowboys carried them, hunters trusted them, and competitive shooters cleaned up matches with them. Pros: modern metallurgy allows ultra-heavy hand loads that destroy vintage Colts. Single-action simplicity means fewer parts to break or maintain. Incredible resale value, often worth more than original purchase price. Customization potential is virtually unlimited. Proven hunting capability, taken everything from prairie dogs to grizzlies. Cons: single action only limits tactical applications for some users. Longer reload times compared to swing-out cylinder revolvers. Loading and unloading requires individual cartridge handling. Transfer bar safety changed the traditional feel, though improved safety. Sight options limited compared to adjustable sight models. Market prices. Current market prices range from $600 to $900 for standard models, with special editions and custom variants commanding $1,000 to $1,500. Number 2. Smith and Wesson Model 19. Combat Magnum. The Combat Magnum wasn't just a compromise between power and size, it was the perfect balance. The K-frame handled beautifully, pointed naturally, and carried comfortably all day. Yet it could chamber full-power .357 loads that would drop anything on 2 or 4 legs. Law enforcement agencies went wild for them. The FBI adopted them. Highway patrol officers carried them. And in the hands of someone who knew what they were doing, a Combat Magnum was absolutely devastating. The only issue? Smith and Wesson built them almost too well. Heavy Magnum shooting would eventually stretch the forcing cone. But until then, you could run thousands of rounds through one without missing a beat. The 19 proved that sometimes the best design is the one that pushes the limits. Just enough. Pros: perfect balance between power and controllability in a K-frame package. Famous among competitive shooters for its quick handling and accuracy. Rich law enforcement history spanning decades. Strong collector interest drives consistent value appreciation. Removable side plate allows easier maintenance than later designs. Cons: heavy Magnum use can stress the forcing cone over time. Timing can slip earlier than larger-framed revolvers under heavy use. Factory grips can be too small for larger hands. Pinned and recessed cylinders command premium prices. Market prices have risen dramatically in recent years. Market prices. Current market prices range from $800 to $1,200 for standard models, with pinned and recessed versions commanding $1,400 to $1,800. Number 1. Colt Python 357 Magnum. The Python earned its legendary status through pure performance. It shot better than anything else in its price range, often outperforming custom guns costing twice as much. The famous vent rib wasn't just for looks. It helped keep shots on target by dissipating heat and reducing mirage. The full underlug stabilized the barrel and improved balance. And that trigger, smooth as silk in double action, crisp as breaking glass in single. When Colt temporarily discontinued it in 2005, prices skyrocketed. When they brought it back in 2020, collectors snapped them up faster than Colt could make them. The Python proved, once and for all, that true greatness never goes out of style. Pros: hand-fitted accuracy that rivals custom revolvers. Appreciation potential exceeds most investment portfolios. Prestige factor: owning a Python sets you apart. Smooth action remains unmatched in production revolvers. Current production models maintain the original's quality. Cons: astronomical prices. Even used ones command premium money. Waiting lists for new production stretch months or even years. Some fear shooting such a valuable collectible. Counterfeits and refinished guns flood the market. Maintenance requires specialized knowledge of Colt actions. Market prices. Current market prices start at $1,500 for decent used examples and climb over $3,000 for pristine vintage models. New production Pythons, when available, retail for $1,800 to $2,000. These revolvers are climbing in value faster than almost anything else in your safe. That wraps up our list of 10 revolvers you should never sell. Whether it's a Colt Python that's climbing in value every year, or a rugged Ruger Redhawk that'll outlive your grandkids, these aren't just guns, they're legacy pieces. If there's a wheel gun you regret letting go, or one you'll never part with no matter the offer, let us know in the comments. And if you found this breakdown useful, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next deep dive from Firearm Zone. Until next time, keep your cylinders clean, your safes locked, and your standards high.